Namaste. Welcome to the new video, The Anatomy of Modern Myth. We live in a world where the official narrative is often treated as the only truth. But beneath the surface, there exists a digital underworld, a collection of spicy narratives that challenging everything we think we know about a history, about identity, and the architect of our reality. I am often asked, why do these stories exist? Why do they feel so impossible to ignore? Today, we are going to look at one of the most persistent theories in a global consciousness. We are not here to validate it, we are here to hold it up to the light of non judgmental observation. This is the exercise of the Zen investigator who see the concept without losing yourself in the reaction. Let's see one of the case study. A study in narrative construction. Consider this narrative which has been pulled from the threads of digital forums globally. First, the lineage claim. The theory asserts that Adolf Hitler's life did not end in 1945. It claims he escaped the Argentina with Eva Braun, often referred to as the Eva Braun in these accounts. Second, the proliferation. The narrative alleges that birth of a child in 1942 followed by the birth of three daughters, Angela, Teresa, and Daria, who were subsequently positioned within a global power structure to maintain one of the bloodline. Third, the American integration. Proponents allege that this figure infiltrated a US post war via the programs that brought a German scientist into the fold. The narrative ties that Madeline Eva Braun to the family of Stanley and Anne Dunham, leading directly to the birth of Barry. Next one, the systematic rebranding. The theory poses that Lolo Soitoro, upon a marriage to Anne, adopted the name of child's father, effectively obscuring the lineage. Next theory, the identity speculation. The narrative extended into the modern day, frequently citing a public slips of the tongue or a social media imagery to argue for a broader third gender or a transgender agenda being pushed by a global elites. Now let's see what's the Zen analysis. Why does this spell sticks? From philosophical standpoint, we are witnessing a mirror effect. The human mind is desperate for order. When we see a world filled with chaos, sexuality, and shifting a geopolitical power, we suffer from cognitive dissonance. We crave a master plot. This narrative provides that it turns random event into a deliberated, albeit dark, design. When you believe these stories, the world feels predictable. You are no longer a victim of chaos. You are a truth seeker who knows the secret. This is the trap. Let's see some Zen practices to observe a detachment. As a practitioners of non-judgmental observation, we must move past the path of reaction. First, the reaction. By hearing all this theory, first the reaction. You might get angry. You feel depressed about the manipulation. You choose a side. This is the death of your consciousness. You have become a puppet for the story. Second, the observation. If you choose this, you look at this narrative and ask, what is the nature of this thought? Why does this story triggers a response in the collective? Is this truly a reality or is it a projection of our own deep-seated anxiety about the future? We are not here to fight the illusion. We are here to see it. When you can look at the most controversial, spicy theories without your heart rate raising, without your ego needing to be right, you reach a state of equanimity, the investigation. This generation is asking for the truth. But remember, the historian provides a record, the geopolitician provides a theory, but the observer provides the only thing that matters. It called clarity. I invite you to look into this claim not to find the fact, but to study the mechanism of your own mind. My question to you is this: when you see any of the stories like this that seems to contradict everything you have been taught, is your first instinct to defend your current worldview? Or are you truly willing to sit with this discomfort of not knowing the absolute truth? I'm reading your observation below. Let look at this together. Thank you. Stay peaceful, stay zen.